How do leaders make decisions? Based on three key criteria, three key things. Anybody, how do leaders make decisions? How do you make decisions? Based on what? We would hope facts. What's that? Knowledge. Where's the knowledge come from? Experience. Okay, for statisticians in the room? A couple of you? So that's a sample size of 1. Is that a good sample size? No, it's not. Experience is very valuable, but it's also a liability. Okay, what's another way leaders make decisions? Again, understanding our internal customers. We would hope, we'll get to data in a second. Comfort levels. Yes? Pardon me? Advice. So I'm going to take that and frame it this way. Anecdotal feedback from direct reports. Okay, so direct reports say their opinion about what's going on with the system. It could be very valuable. It's also ripe for politicalization, favoritism, and a bunch of other non-savory things. What's another way leaders make decisions? Instinct, yeah, which would be informed by their experience by and large, but it might also be informed by, and I'll just give you the answer on this, quote-unquote leading practices. So, hey, gosh, I read this in Harvard Business Review. Hey, Google's doing this, GE's doing this, we got to do this. You know, it's bright light, bright light. You know, it's management fad or what have you. So the three ways: experience, anecdotal feedback from direct reports, as well as leading practices. Data, oftentimes, yes. Okay, then it begs the question, what's the quality of that data? And is it true, meaningful insight that's actionable, that's going to reduce risk and increase the likelihood that investments are going to reap the desired return? Let us hope yes, but around talent, that's rarely the case, at least all too rarely. Therein lies the opportunity. I have a good fortune of speaking to executive forums, and when I ask a group of leaders, I'll ask, well, you know, who among you, what's your most critical lever to drive strategic value in your organization? Or, you know, I'll reframe the question to say, you know, what's your most important asset? And invariably, you know, what's their response? People. People. So I go, okay, that's interesting. So who among you has a people strategy or a talent strategy? So a few people raise their hands, keep their hands up. And I go, that's fantastic, great. Of those of you who still have your hands up, who wants to share how you systematically formulate, measure, and manage that talent strategy over time? After having done this for years, no one has kept their hands up. So you mean to tell me that people are your most important asset, yet you don't have a systematic, thoughtful way on how you're formulating a strategy, measuring, and managing that over time? The good news is, embedded in that reality is that we have massive opportunity. Okay. The downside is there's not a lot of socialization or precedent for what we're doing. I'm often asked, hey, Al, what's the roadmap? What's the path trodden to get where we need to go? I'm like, I'm sorry. You know, there are some, you know, anchors, some things that arguably have to take place, but by and large, you're going to have to create that path. You know, particularly in your particular organization, because there's different leverage points, there's different risk points. It's a creative discipline we're in.